What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Piscifun YouTube channel. You guys know that every time we come out with a product, shortly thereafter, we like to do a little bit of a torture test. So in today's video, we are going to be torture testing the brand new Carbon X 500. Now this is just a little guy. It's usually meant for ice fishing or small panfish or trout or something like that. But we want to make sure that this thing is up to the task. So we're going to go ahead and torture that reel today. Stay tuned. First things first, before we torch this reel, we gotta put some line on it. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some 15-pound braid on here, and then we can commence the testing. As you can see here on the Carbon X 500 spool, there's some textured lining along the edge. This means we don't have to add mono backing. We can tie our braid directly to the reel. I think a good first test is maybe to strap this to Zai and have her take off running, see what kind of workout that puts on the drag system. After that, we'll step it up. We'll probably go with the truck.
Getting a workout.
You getting some exercise in today?
Yeah.
You're like a sled dog, but for Child Protective Service reasons, we're not gonna call you that.
Okay.
You're a sled child. Okay. So Zai is now tied up. She's got the braid. As you can see, it's down around her waist. And she is ready to take off running, and we're gonna see what this Carbon X 500 can handle for drag. Ready? Go. Whoa, look at that thing rip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, 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 that's good, that's good. Wow, that thing was ripping, guys. Okay guys, so let me explain why we're doing these drag tests. So basically the point of these drag tests is to see if these drag discs that are in these Carbon X's can actually handle this beating. So we're basically expediting how many beatings this drag would take very quickly by using things like my daughter or the truck or any number of things that we could do to really burn those discs up. So that's what we're doing right now. Now that we got it tied to the back of the truck, we're gonna give it a rip and see what happens. Now, after we're completely done with this test, what I'm gonna do is take an in-depth look at these drag discs and show you the scarring or no scarring or whatever might be wrong with these discs after we beat them up, so that way you guys can see what truly happened during this experiment. All right, guys, it is punch time. I'm gonna put this bad boy in drive, and then we're gonna ready to go. All right, Zai, you ready back there?
Yeah.
All right, let's punch it. All right, so there's only so much line left on there, so we couldn't go too fast. So let's go back and take a look. I'm really interested to take a look at those drag discs after that rip. I mean, we ripped it so hard, we ripped all the line off. And we're putting the drag at about 2/3 pressure. That way it gives the disc a good workout. We're not just spooling it free. That wouldn't do much to the drag. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our final test, and that is our max drag test. So let's take a look at the box, see what the max drag is for this, and see if it's true. All right, so according to this, there's a max drag of 8.8 pounds. So let's see if that's true. The first thing we have to do is tighten our drag down to the max. So we're gonna tighten her all the way down, as tight as it'll go. Oh, there we go. All right, now let's see what the max drag is. All right, it's time to do the max drag test. Max drag Carbon X 500, supposedly 8.8 pounds. I'm kind of curious to see what it really is. So why don't we test it? So Zai's gonna hold it for me. She's gonna point the rod directly at me. That way we have all of the pressure going directly onto the drag system of the Carbon X 500. We have got it linked up to my Rapala digital scale here. We are gonna zero that out. And then we're gonna go ahead and give it a pull. Nice steady pull. Zai, you let me know when you hear that drag slip. That was at 9.3. Let's keep testing it. Okay, first drag slip was 9.3. Just gonna steady pull. Past 8.8. 9.7 was the next drag slip. I heard a tick, 9.7. So we obviously have a reel that is stronger than what Piscifun has rated it at. So it was supposed to be 8.88, but we had a slip at what, 9.3 and 9.7. So almost a full pound more than what Piscifun has rated that reel at. What do you think, Zai?
That's crazy.
I think it's pretty impressive considering it's a little tiny ice reel and it's got almost 10 pounds of drag. Now, you know what it's time to do? take the drag disc out and go and inspect the drag system for damage.
See?
All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our drag stack out of this reel. Now, as you can see, so this is not a triple carbon system. So what you're gonna first think is you're gonna say, oh, there's not 3 discs. Well, in a single disc system like this, you can see there's only 1 disc and 1 steel disc, okay? Normally in a triple carbon drag, obviously it's gonna make it stronger. So that's gonna be in our bigger reels. So what we're gonna take a look at here is just take a look at the scarring or the lack of scarring that's on this carbon disc and see how well it was able to hold up. Now, as you can see, I've got some grease on my fingers. That grease on my fingers is what helps that drag. When that friction is going like crazy, that's what helps your drag from wearing and getting beat down. Now, what people don't realize is actually in super cold weather, like for ice fishing, you should actually degrease your discs because the grease can gum up in super cold weather. So just a little tip for you, when you're ice fishing, degrease your drag discs. Okay, as you can see, guys, you can still perfectly see the carbon pattern here. There's very, very little scarring considering we just beat this drag up more than it will ever be beat up in an entire lifetime of fishing by ripping it the way we did. So normally what you would see is you'd see shiny spots and scarring if it was really bad. As you can see, there's very little of any of that to note. Okay, guys, now we want to check to make sure that this drag sounds just as good as before we started. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. That's that beautiful Carbon X drag that we are known for right there. Well, guys, that is a wrap for our drag test. We just put the Carbon X 500 through much more abuse than it will ever have in a natural reel's lifetime. And as you can see from the non-scarring on that carbon, it passed with flying colors. It even went up to a 9.7 pound scale for the drag system, which is much more than it's rated for. So that's pretty cool to see that even though this is an ice fishing reel or a panfish reel, it has the capability to handle bigger fish if you should happen to hook up with them either through the ice or in open water. So Carbon X 500 gets a pass on the drag test. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please go down below, click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and also drop me a comment. We'll see you guys on the next one.